What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another episode of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango. Join me, as always, are Robert E. Felice.
Hello, everyone.
And Callum Wiggins.
Hey there.
What we got for you today is another one of our mock drafts. They've become a staple of this channel. We know that you love them. We love doing them. Callum's got tons of lists that we do. How we have in the background and everything, so we are chipping away at some of those, and today we are kind of inspired by the Cody Rhodes return to WWE and the 20th anniversary of Randy Orton being in the company. We're going to do this based off of legacy wrestlers, and it's not just, are you going to mock draft Cody and Ted DiBiase and Randy Orton, Manu and Sim Snuka. We got more options than that. We actually have a lot more than we thought that we did. Callum had a list, I had a list, we merged them together. We're probably still missing people, and we are still missing people that we just do not know anything about, because why would we want to draft the people that we don't know anything about? All three of us don't know some of these names, so what's the point, kind of a deal.
You basically could pick like 2/3 of the AAA roster, and they're probably second generation and third generation superstars.
Yeah, and there's some people on this list that some of us are not in the slightest bit familiar with at all. I mean, for me in general, you know, some of the people that are on the New Japan side or something, I couldn't even tell you their names, couldn't pick them out of a crowd. And there are some other people that we just don't know much about as it is. Like, we'll point it out ahead of time. Simone Johnson is on this list. We have not been able to see her wrestle yet. So we have like 3 pictures online to go by, and that's it. But we nonetheless are going to be picking our rosters from this. And eventually down the line, whether it's a Darkcast or whether it's on this channel up on the normal thing, we will be doing our fantasy card that we can book out of this the way that we normally do. So first round, bunch of picks. Then we're doing that whole thing the second time around. That also means that we need to do the randomizer to figure out who is picking when. And let me get some of that situated because I forgot to do that ahead of time. I will share my screen with these guys so they can see it, and I will eventually switch over for everybody else to be able to see this too, instead of just the static image that is on the screen. Let's see how I do that. I don't remember how I can switch that. We are switching over. There we go. All right, I got it. By the way, everybody, remember, while we're doing this, even though you can't necessarily participate, although we've seen that someone had, I forgot, blanket on their name, sorry, had said that they kind of act as like a 4th pick sort of thing. If you can figure out a way to do that, that's really cool too. And tell us what your picks would be and what you think about our picks and everything. So drop those comments below. First things first, so we got to figure out this picking order. So we got our 3 names here. We are picking Rob, Callum, Tony. All right. So let me switch that around a little bit here. And just move these.
No excuses, Rob.
Let's see. We're going to go.
In the recent drafts, I have not been picking in the middle. I have not been getting shafted in that way.
So we're going to do snake style as we've done that in the past. Let me unshare my screen with everybody else just because there's no point in having that extra resource on my computer. And you will be able to see this all throughout our picks here. We're going to take them and put them in the other spots and kind of go along as it is. If you have any questions, I can't answer them for you because we're recording this and it's not live. So drop them in the comments and I'll answer them respectively. But hit the like button, do all that good stuff, and let's just kind of get this ball rolling here. Rob, you got the first pick. Who are you picking?
Bret Hart.
Damn it. So I was hoping that you weren't going to pick him first. I thought that he was going to go pretty fast, but
I thought about it, and I think he's too central to what I like in wrestling to not pick him first.
Yeah. All right, Callum.
The Rock, please.
Yeah, it was good for one of those two.
I mean, there are still plenty of people. It's not like it's like, right now.
I was like, it took me a while to just register it because I was slightly taken aback, even though Bret Hart was very high up on my list. I thought, well, I'm actually going to get a chance to pick The Rock.
All right. I am going to go, since I have the 2 picks, which is really advantageous for this, I'm going to go. Whoop, that's not the 2 people. I'm going to go Randy Orton and Randy Savage. Randy and Randy.
That's a Randy roster right there. Does that roster make you Randy?
Yeah, I was going to make the same joke.
Okay, let's see.
You got a kind of obvious pick. Prince Ike.
I do have some obvious picks. Eddie Guerrero, please.
And that's not who I was thinking you were going to go with. But you know what? In retrospect,
It's always going to be Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, you do tend to go for Eddie pretty early on a lot of these, so I shouldn't have been shocked.
He's my top 5 of all time, so I always take an opportunity, even if it means losing out on a quote unquote better pick.
I'll take Roman Reigns.
That was the pick I was expecting.
I know the Rock and Roman makes sense, but
Yeah.
Rock and Eddie had a great match once.
Well, we know
They did. July 22nd.
we know the main event of Rob's.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will also take, since he's very hot right now, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Back over to Callum.
Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
Fuck!
That's the name I was looking at next.
I was hoping that I would be another one of those things where I could get him. Okay, there goes a good portion of my main picks.
That's pretty much all of my S tier gone.
Yeah, I only have 1, 2.
And to be fair,
five.
obviously my lists are a bit compromised by the fact that we've merged our list together. So there are people that I'm just gonna have to be picking on the fly. But
Yeah.
they're the high up ones that I would have gone with.
I'm gonna go Owen Hart.
Damn.
That's high up one.
And Ted DiBiase.
Damn.
Yeah, both big ones. Charlotte Flair, please.
Fuck you. That was the next name I know.
Where is Charlotte here? There you go.
God. Jesus. Okay, fine. I will take. Give me Bray Wyatt.
Thought he would go pretty early. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And give me. Should I want a. Give me Natalia.
There goes a Natty.
I didn't mean to say that's undefeated. I do like Natalia, but I really wanted Charlotte.
Back over to Callum.
Yep.
For anybody losing track, I should say, for the audio only versions.
Andrade, please.
Andrade, good pick. I didn't think he'd go so early, but you know what? That's ensuring that you've got somebody who can be a damn good guy in the ring like that.
Pair him with Guerrero, maybe.
Okay. I'm going to go with, where is he on here? Jeff Jarrett and Rey Mysterio.
Damn.
Where is Jeff?
Oh,
Jeff. Name's Jeff.
that hurts.
Let's see. Just trying to knock people off my list. Paige.
Damn. Good picks, guys. I will take Jacob Fatu, and I'll take Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko was somebody I was eyeing for one of those next picks. Where's Jacob Fatu? He is that part.
I maybe could have sat on him. I don't know.
I wouldn't have picked Jacob Fatu anytime soon because I'm not too familiar with him. But
Terry Funk, please.
There goes something that I wanted to do. Okay. We will go with Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Yeah. I was toying about picking those ones, but I think I'm going to mix things up a little bit. Jake the Snake Roberts, please.
Fuck, that was the one I almost picked on this round, and I'm like, oh, I forgot Jimmy and Jay. Son of a bitch. I was really hoping that I could still come around and get him.
Oh, golly. Give me Harry Smith and Dory Funk Jr.
Wow, you're not even going to give me the Funks.
You know what?
Slim pickings in this one, my friend.
I did not expect Dory Funk to go that early, honestly.
He's very. I mean, honestly, he's actually probably the better of the two Funks in terms of just a pure wrestling.
Bell, he's probably the better one.
Yeah, but still, I thought after I got that one, I thought, oh, maybe I'll get the other one, but clearly not. That's fine. Katsuyori Shibata.
That is a good pick.
Sure it is. I don't know. I've never heard of him before outside of a pure name. I am going to go with, where is he on here? Dustin Rhodes, aka Gold Dust.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was toying with that one.
And who was my other one that I had written down on the side here? Somebody, shit. Oh, Santos Escobar.
Yeah, and I was thinking about doing that just for the whole Eddie and Andrade thing, but that's fine. Kerry Von Erich.
That was literally
the
next thing out my mouth. Okay, fine.
Kerry Von Erich was the only Von Erich that I was like, I know who that is, when I was making this list.
Give me Nick Bockwinkel.
That's a very good legacy pick, that one.
And give me Braun Breaker.
And Braun Breaker, of course, is one of the newbies.
This won't surprise people. Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, I mean...
Yada yada problematic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta throw that in, but yeah, I've got Tessa Blanchard and
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, yeah, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this might be a kind of interesting pick. I'm gonna go Tama Tonga and Tongaloa.
Oh, I was hoping to actually get them from the tag team side of things, but that's good. Cameron Grimes.
Damn. Still hoping I could sit on him for a little bit.
Yeah.
Was it his dad that was a wrestler?
I'm not super certain.
He's on some list for some reason. I don't know. I figured.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is second generation superstar, but it's just
who?
His father Tracy Cadell was a professional wrestler and promoter.
Nice. Alrighty, give me Tully Blanchard and give me Barry Windham.
Yeah, that's a good pairing you can do there. Give me Angel Gaza.
Another good pick. Yeah, couldn't get the Santos, but you got Angel Garza if you want to.
Fair enough. I know someone else I pick that I want to pair with Angel at some point, but we'll see.
I'm assuming that's very clearly.
I don't know if I'm giving too much away there, but
I think that just means that he's definitely getting Wes Briscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Ooh. Do I do this and then I'm pigeonholing myself a little bit?
You're definitely pigeonholing yourself. I can read your mind.
No. Maybe I won't. Yeah, because I didn't get the one other guy. Fuck. I had a plan for something, and I'll reveal it afterward.
Plans are meant to be fucked.
But yeah, couldn't do that. So I'm going to go with Carlito.
Very nice.
And I'll go Ted DiBiase Jr.
I almost picked him instead of Barry Windham in that last round.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take Solo Sikoa.
Damn.
And yeah, I knew it. And I'm going to take.
I forgot about him. I would have picked him instead of Ted DiBiase.
Let's see. Oh. And Hook.
Oh damn! I would have took.
Send Hook over to Rob's team. Back over to Callum again.
Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Chavo was almost one of my picks in that Carlito and Ted DiBiase round. Fuck it. Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon.
Fair enough. Let's see. Ricky Morton. Don't have his partner, but he's still a good guy.
I'm kind of curious if you end up teaming him up with someone else.
I might put him in a singles.
Okay, then. Then you won't.
I might not put him on the card. I might just didn't to take away from you guys.
You never know.
I'll fight him.
All right, well, it's my go, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't Rikishi on this list?
He's not second gen.
Rikishi, I don't think second gen.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things where some of those people you would think would be and they aren't. And
I did specifically look at him, but he's not
All right then. Okay.
Same with Umaga, for instance.
Give me Samu. I'm going to take him anyway.
Damn, I was hoping to keep Samu.
And Lord, forgive me. Give me Manu.
Samu and Manu. There goes another one of the ideas that I had.
I bet.
Dragon Lee, please.
Oh, since you said please. Now I'm starting to look at my list and going, who the fuck do I have left from this? Because
I've still got people on my big list that I'm still picking from.
Yeah, I did too, but I forgot to take a lot of them off.
Yeah.
So now I'm like kind of on the side going through and deleting some names that I had forgotten to delete.
I probably should also be looking at the main list because there'll be certain names that I'm just forgetting because they're not on my list. So
I will grab. Oh wait, I don't have the option of Solo Sikoa anymore. That's right.
Yeah, of yours.
Let's go Curtis Axel. And
that's one of my ideas on this.
Where is he on this list? Fit Finley.
Nice.
That was who I was going to pick next. Damn.
Now you don't have him.
Yep. But I do have Bandito, so I'll take Bandito.
You're gonna have a fucking great lucha match.
Yeah, I know. There's gonna be body fight all over the fucking place in this one.
I should get some women, so I'm gonna just take a couple women here. Give me Hana Kimura and give me Teal Piper.
Back around to kill him.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Damn. I thought at the very least I could get a Kaiser versus Fit Finley match or something.
Yeah, that was part of what I was thinking, but
okay. The Rougeau brothers.
Oh yeah, stack it up on the tag teams a bit there.
Jacques and
Renault.
Where is he? There he is, Ray.
I'm going in this direction, so I might as well. Actually, David Von Erich.
Nice.
Heaven needed a champion. That's why I picked him.
Okay.
I knew that would probably roll.
Well, okay, look, so for my next picks, this will be the match that I will do. I'm not gonna try and hint at it. Richie Steamboat and Reed Flair.
Seems like it's happening in a different version again. All right, Richie Steamboat is off the table. Reed Flair is off the table as well.
Juventud Guerrero.
Ooh, I was gonna take him. That you will have fun in your Lucha showcase.
Yeah, Jews will run loose on this show.
He was one of the ones I was looking at for a potential next pick. Okay, I think I got some of these situated a little bit now that I'm trying to organize too many things at the same time. Wait, Manu was already taken. I forgot to take him off.
I hate that a name like Tyson Kidd can't be on this list.
Right, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, wait, why don't we have like... And then I'm like, fuck, no, that's right. He actually isn't anybody's son.
Well, he's somebody's son.
Yeah, true.
He's somebody's son. We just don't care.
Okay. Man, there went a couple of my ideas for sure. I guess I'm gonna go with maybe Charlie Dempsey. And man, that's another bad pick to try to figure out who the... I'll make sure that I get him. Cowboy Bob Orton. I did originally have an idea. I wanted to try to get the Hennigs, the DiBiase's, and the Ortons, and potentially do some kind of thing with that, but obviously I don't have Kurt Hennig.
Ayako Hamada.
There it is. Nice. Okay.
I will take Luna Vachon.
That's cool.
And because I need some lucha, I'll take Rush.
Fair enough. I'm not going to start with the lucha side of things. Hector Gaza.
Nice.
Oops, I must give you the wrong person. I must give you Hector Guerrero.
Different Hector.
I don't want to go to go for it.
It's just Hector G and Hector G. I was like, I clicked on the wrong name. Okay. I'll go with... Oh, shit. Actually, there are going some of my ideas for some of those. Let's go Bo Dallas.
All right.
And Greg Valentine.
Very nice.
Take Dick Murdoch.
Nice. I will take Brian Lawler, Grandmaster Sexay. And I will take... These pickings are slim.
It's still pretty good at the moment. Go on.
And I will take... Give me Kevin Von Erich.
Oh.
Taking the Von Erichs out of it.
Yeah. Ruin that 6-man tag idea.
Potentially.
Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah, he might have been my next pick. Might have been. I don't know. Definitely some names on this that I do not know. I'm going to stick to some of the ones I do know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's go Road Dogg. I do know Road Dogg, of course. And
you didn't know.
I guess I'll go Humberto Carrillo.
Oh, that's annoying.
Ooh.
That's fine. I'm just looking at there's some good options. I'm just like now deciding between which ones in my like middle range I'm going to take.
Of the people that are left are very good picks. It's just now what do you do with them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Zybrooks side.
I will take Rachel Ellering, and I will take Carmella.
I was toying between Carmella and Zaya there, but that's fair. David Finlay.
Finley. Heading over there. I'll add another tag team to my list. I'll add Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn. Probably could have sat on them, but yeah, why not?
But they would do the same because they're the ass boys. Art Bar. Absolutely Art Bar. I've got Eddie Guerrero. Why have I not picked Art Bar?
I was not going to even try to take that from you. Give me Flamita.
Very good.
And
I have
the
no
opposite,
clue who Flamita is.
It's luchador style, like guy.
And the opposite of very good, some might say. Give me David San Martino.
I was like, David Flair, Dave Taylor,
Yeah.
Dave. I'm like, which David are we going here?
Yeah. Let's see. Hikuleo.
Another name that I have heard and could not spot from crowd. Could not tell you a damn thing
You
about.
definitely could
Seen
because
him
he's
on
quite
Dynamite.
close to 7 foot tall. So.
And you could easily spot him in the crowd.
I'll go Brett DiBiase
Yeah,
Nice.
get that collection going.
and Dominic Mysterio.
Fair enough. Jimmy Garvin.
Damn. All right. What's the connection there?
You're asking me to do a lot of Googling, Rob.
Mr. Garvin.
Mr. and Mrs. Garvin.
That's all you had to say.
Let's see.
In the meantime, I will take David Flair.
Yeah, Reed, so makes sense.
Here's the connection, Rob, if you're interested. His stepfather is professional wrestler Ron Garvin.
Ah, okay.
And they actually wrestled as brothers.
Wait, as in the guy who beat Ric Flair?
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
That's crazy. Wow.
So
See, this is why I'm
his
asking.
kayfabe brother was his actual stepfather.
Well, it's the same thing with Valentine, because Johnny Valentine and Greg Valentine wrestled as brothers as well.
Yeah.
But that's super interesting. All right. And I will take...
What was your last pick again? It was David Flair.
I took David Flair, and I will also take Brad Armstrong. One of the better wrestlers ever, really.
I had no plans on having the Armstrongs as a team, so yeah, you're not taking that away from me at the very least.
Sin Cara.
I figured if I didn't grab him in the next round, that you were going to get your Lucia showcase going on again.
Yeah, this is pretty much now just a AAA show at this point. We've rock on it.
Wait, which Sin Cara is this?
This was
it's the original Sin Cara.
Caristico, Mystico,
Mr. C's, whatever you want to call him now.
Mr. C's.
yeah,
Yeah, I think he's Christico now, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Caristico. It's Von Wagner's world, and my team's just living in it. And Alex Wright.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like dancing.
Oh, to be fair, I really should have got him and teamed in with Ludwig. That would have been good.
Huh.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'll trade you Von Wagner for Ludwig.
We'll move on. Volador Jr.
Sure.
I've seen him wrestle on, I think, in Impact for a little bit. So
Give me Pat Tanaka and give me Primo. I like Pat Tanaka a lot.
How did I fucking forget about Primo? I have Carlito. Shit.
Yeah. I was actually
your
refusing to pick him because you had him at like.
God damn! How did I forget about Primo?
That's actually your loss, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's just dumb.
Cheerleader Melissa.
Somebody who I was always hoping would go to WWE. Shame she didn't. I'll make sure that I get her on the list. Stephanie McMahon.
Wasn't taking her after you got the other two.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I will also grab my next pick that I will figure out as I continue to stall and look through this list and not know necessarily who I would want to pick on here. That's tough. I guess Brooks Jensen.
Ben Buchanan, as I just found out a few hours ago.
Simone Johnson.
Very good.
You got The Rock, so.
Yeah, there's logic to that one.
I will take some more Simone blood and take Tamina, and I was going to say Rosie, but I have Sim Snuka available, so I'll take Sim Snuka.
Sim Snuka was the guy I almost picked. That's why I went, I'll pick Brooks Jensen. So it's like Sim Snuka. Then I'm like, no, I'll pick Brooks.
Here's the second part of that strategic move. Shaw Guerrero.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're doing here. You're getting that Hector Garza versus Shaw Guerrero match.
That's right.
Okay, I don't know who to go with on this one now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's now an interesting list.
Sean Stasiak. And man, I don't even know some of these people like at all in the slightest bit. Rene Dupree, I do know him.
I will take.
Hang on.
Oh wait, that's right.
I know you used to go in second.
That's right.
Chavo Guerrero Senior.
Mm-hmm. He got picked anyway, so it's okay.
You got Guerrero, and Guerrero.
And well, 3 Guerreros and 1 Guerrero at the moment.
I'll take Bruce Hart. And you know what? Why not? I'll take Keith Hart.
I was thinking about getting the two of them, and then I'm like, I'm really not going to do anything with them. So back over to Callum. You want Hector Guerrero?
He'll come eventually, probably. But for now, I'll take El Tejano Jr. Because I like
a great pick.
He wasn't great, but like I did like him to a degree in Lucha Underground. So,
AKA El Texano.
El Texano.
Yeah. Damn, how did I not get Jake Roberts? I really wanted to get Jake Roberts. Lanny Poffo.
All right.
Yeah, that works.
And let's go Rosie.
All right.
The superhero in training. Sarah Logan.
All right, that was one of my next picks. I will take Bobby Duncombe Jr. and Kendall Windham.
Oh,
yeah.
Why did I not? I've got Mr. Perfect. Why have I not gone for Bobby Duncombe Jr.?
I don't know, man. You gotta
reunite the West Texas Rednecks.
Could not tell you the slightest bit who Bobby Duncombe Jr. is.
I suppose, like, because you said again with some of the people, if you know who Super Carlo is and you don't know who Bobby Duncan Jr. is, Bobby Duncan Jr. was featured way more in WCW than Super Carlo was.
Super Carlo is a masked guy, so I remembered his mask.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you who Bobby Duncan Jr. looks like. I'm assuming guy in trunks.
Yeah.
Cowboy in trunks.
Even worse, though. All the cowboys are all the same. Just like, all right, cowboy guy. I remember cowboy guy is cowboy guy.
Shooter Umino. Or Shota Umino. But good old Shooter.
Or shooter Domino.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with Slam Master J.
That was literally one of the only picks left that I would have really wanted at this point.
And I'll go Super Callow. Super Callow Fragilistic Expialidocious.
This is ridiculous.
Rockin' Robin.
Tweet.
I have Jake, so I might as well get his sister.
I'll take the unproven commodity that is Ariana Grace. And Lacey Von Erich, because she's Wrestlelicious.
Matt Bourne,
Good pick.
who I will make Dwight the Clown.
Rugged Matt Bourne. Who do I pick? These are all going to waste on my card.
I'm looking forward to
That's being honest about it. There's no way I'm booking anything strong about these people.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the person that gets missed out on this as well, because we've got there's only enough to go around, and there's one person that's going to be the remainder. So I'm wondering who that person's going to be. I have a strong suspicion about who that's going to be, but we'll see.
Don't we all?
I'll go Jose Estrada Jr. and Tiger Ali Singh.
Tell me one thing about them, Tony.
They are on my team.
That's a good answer.
No, Jose Estrada Jr. was in Los Periquas.
Yeah, he was in Los Periquas, yeah.
So I know that's a thing.
You the one that Edge broke his neck?
Maybe. I don't know.
Now I'll take Hector Guerrero.
Okay.
All right.
I was going to move him for you, but...
That's fine. No, I was going to get there eventually. I knew someone. I could probably sit on that one for a little while.
I'll take Wes Briscoe. And I'll take Dave Taylor, because honestly, it's a crime that he's gone this late.
Yeah, he's a really solid wrestler. Like, not a great personality, but like really good guy.
I mean,
still.
I'm the one with Dory Funk on my roster, so I can find a spot for.
I probably would have, like, again, no, it's not like he would have been super standout, but I would have paired him probably up with Finlay. That was in like a good mix.
I thought about it if I could get him in the next pick. Yeah.
Elektra Lopez.
Great pick. A lot of charisma.
Yeah, she can manage one of the. She can manage Andrade or something. And they've got Santos, Tony, but like.
Yeah, I mean, you can mix and match.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I will go Iron Mike Sharp. I could use a jobber.
Great name.
Such a good name, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. Just a guy that you just find getting beat up because it's like his name's Iron Mike Sharp. He's almost like the best type of jobber.
Right. And Prince Iaukea.
The artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the men's side, 2 on the women's side. One of these is not making it. And I think I know who.
Santana Garrett, please.
That was a name I was surprised to see when I was doing the research.
Yeah, I didn't expect it as well, but it's quite interesting, like going into these legacies and just seeing like, oh, this person is actually like related to another wrestler.
Mm.
I'll take Brock Anderson.
I think it's a little unfair that he's gone this late.
I don't.
It's only we don't know anything about him.
Are you going to team him with Tully?
Potentially.
Yeah.
And I'll take
Your final pick.
I'll take Eric Watts.
Wow, that is not who I expected.
I didn't expect you to pick him either, since when we were talking about this ahead of
I'm
time.
just to pull back the curtain a little bit, he's the one guy who's next to the guy that I'm definitely not picking on this on my list. He's the one guy up. No.
Well, I'll just spoil this for the people. The other two are kind of like, in terms of problematic. One being more glaring than the other, and the other is Ulysses Leon, and I couldn't think of anything to do with her.
Well, I've got a pretty stacked women's division, so I'll take Ulysses.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll just move Ulysses over to Callum's because definitely he's gonna pick.
And you can take the one person that we know that's we're leaving out, so take the other guy.
Yeah, so if you will see on my list, I did not pick any women outside of Stephanie McMahon, and that is because I told myself if I do not get a chance to pick somebody like a Charlotte Flair pretty early on, that I'm probably not going to end up having a good enough women's match and fuck it, kind of thing.
No, so, I understood that. I understood that you weren't going that direction. So I was basically just fighting Rob for the best women.
Exactly. I didn't want to say it until you guys went ahead and picked just in case.
I didn't even realize that, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I spoiled it immediately, but then I just thought, well, I've already got, I got Charlotte and Tessa pretty early. So
I mean, honestly, I don't blame him because once you got Charlotte, I started looking at the list like, oh, what are we going to do here? But
right. And I figured, best case scenario, you go, okay, well, this is the one and only match that I've got. What do you do at that point? So I'm stuck between Alberto Del Rio and Cody Hall, who gets signed and immediately released. And I think in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to go Cody Hall.
Yeah, there we go.
Because Alberto Del Rio, despite the fact that he's a Money in the Bank winner, a Royal Rumble winner, a former champion.
Yeah.
He's still Alberto Del Rio.
The only other thing I would have done is book Alberto Del Rio in a singles match against nobody, and the loser has to shit his pants. Because we've talked about that joke so many different times in the past. And it was like, you know what? Maybe I would do that. But then I thought, why would I want to waste my time on the card?
It's hard to be said, really. And maybe this is just like our perspective and stuff like that, but I mean, frankly, if Chris Benoit was on this list, I would have picked him ages ago before Alberto Del Rio, and it's not like as people they're that far apart in terms of personality. So, just that I didn't actually enjoy watching Alberto Del Rio, and he's a shit human being, so that's kind of the double whammy. Really.
That's the other thing is like if I picked Del Rio, I would feel like I would need to put him on a kind of high spot on the card because he is somebody who had been such a prominent person in the WWE. And there's no fucking way I would put him higher on the card than some other people like a Santos Escobar that I legitimately enjoy. And I wish that you could just kind of transfer those accolades over to a guy like Escobar or split the difference and be like, okay, well, you've had like 4 title reigns or something for Del Rio. Be like, here's one for Andrade. Here's one for Escobar. Here's, but I can tell you Cody Hall is not going to be in my main event or anything.
I think it's something to be said that like with the Benoit thing, as heinous and disgusting as the tragedy was, so many people consistently step forward and say that one weekend was so crazy and such an anomaly. With Del Rio, like we've had to see charge after charge. And I think that that's what makes it like, I don't want to touch this guy.
But yeah, I was pretty confident that if someone was gonna miss out, it was probably gonna be him.
Yeah. So honestly, when I first saw the list, I thought it was gonna be Leon because I didn't think anybody was gonna know what to do with Ulysses Leon, and then I realized, oh, Del Rio's here. It'll be Del Rio.
Yeah, I would take like bland women's wrestler over Del Rio pretty much every day of the week at this point.
At the very least, you could say Ulysses Leon fills out the roster and people like Charlotte Flair can beat her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she won't make it onto like the card they'll end up making out of this, but she's there. She's someone for the top women to beat up, so that works for me.
I am very curious what cards we're going to create out of this because I'm looking at my list and I'm like, all right, obviously everybody's got some great names on their list, but even like midway through, you start really getting to the point where you're like, what are you going to do with that one? And how much do you feel like you need to go in a certain direction? Like, the likelihood that obviously that I'm not going to have Jimmy and Jey Uso in a tag team match is extremely, extremely low. But if you've got more than one Von Erich, do you got to do a Von Erich thing, or do you just leave some of them off? If you've got Chavo and Hector and Eddie and all, like, are you forcing yourself into something like that? Or more than likely with Callum, for instance, Eddie Guerrero is going to be on a singles match. But that is an interesting thing that we have not had before. We've had tag teams where you could go in that direction. You know, if you have Billy Gunn and Road Dogg on the same team, you could do New Age Outlaws, but you don't have to by any means. You start getting into Bruce Hart and Keith Hart. I don't know. I mean, what are the chances Bruce Hart's going to fight Primo in a singles match? Pretty low, I would assume.
Yeah. And it will be interesting to see like what we come up with, really, because these are smaller rosters as well. What we've typically had with some of our more recent drafts, like this is less than half the size of the main WWE all-time draft that we did. So, of course, that means that we'll probably have enough to do a decent card, but it'll probably be closer to, I don't know, like 8 or 9 matches rather than like the 2-night WrestleMania thing that we've been used to in the past.
If I end up going through this and I end up being like, God damn it, I still have 14 matches, I'm going to be really shocked.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to see. I imagine there'll be some. I think there's really good people at the top ends of every single one. Then I think there's solid mid card. You do get to a point where it's like, okay, what exactly are we going to do with these people? Like pretty much from like the last third of the list down is pretty much okay, where are we going to slot these people in? But that's always the fun of putting one of these drafts together, because it's, especially one which has a very specific focus like this one, it means that we're picking people that we've never really considered picking in any kind of draft before.
Especially, you know, newer names like Ariana Grace. She's wrestled one match. So out of these things, of course, everybody in the comments, tell us what you thought, who's got the best roster to work with, whatever. But before we just say see you later to everybody, let's toss out some ideas, because we normally don't do this. We normally wait until afterward and then we go, oh, I thought that you would have gone in this direction. But I'm kind of curious if we can think of anything ahead of time, and maybe that'll spark something from someone. Like, I would assume Callum's got Charlotte Flair as his main women's champion, and the 3 main challengers are Paige, Tessa, and Raquel. I would say that you would lean more towards Flair and Tessa in a singles match, and then you'd probably either do Paige against Raquel separately or figure out some kind of tag team match or something along those lines. I'm thinking you're going to go Flair and Blanchard.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's exactly where you're going.
That would be probably the most sensible decision. The thing about that is that which one's the babyface? That becomes a bit more of a problematic situation. But I think that as a one-on-one match, it has the biggest potential and it has the legacy behind it, beyond just the fact that they're both obviously legacy wrestlers. One's a Flair and one's Blanchard, so that kind of locks them together. So I think it's highly likely that that's the direction that I'll take.
As much as like you kind of tipped your hand with the idea of picking Rock and Eddie and their kids, you could also do The Rock and Terry Funk, like a match that, you know, we would never see, but if you got them in their prime, it'd be phenomenal and a lot of fun. You also have things like Kurt Hennig and Kerry Von Erich. If you're running out of ideas, that was an IC title match at a SummerSlam one year. You've got an endless amount of lucha that I can't wait to see what you do with. And you're actually pretty well stacked all throughout. I look at Tony's roster.
He's tag team heavy. He's got a lot of tag team possibilities.
Which is strange because
I normally don't
usually lean that way.
Well, it is weird because like Tony's now leaning towards the tag team side of things, which is to do. I don't know jack shit about Lucha Libre wrestling beyond just like Rey Mysterio and the people that I see in like WWE and AEW and stuff like that. It's really not my forte, but I'll try and see what I do with this one. But you've got the Uso. I mean, immediately I look at the Usos versus Guerrillas of Destiny and think seems like a really fun.
Yeah, that seems like at least one guaranteed match you're gonna do. You've got Cowboy Bob and Randy. You've got Randy Savage, Jeff Jarrett. You actually got a pretty decent group of guys that can really work. So I'm interested to see what you come up with.
I'll potentially spoil it. One of my ideas could be, in some fashion, you got Cowboy Bob and you got Randy. You got Ted and his son. You got Vince and you got Shane. You got Ray and Dominic. I have got a couple father and son things going on, so I might try to play around with that.
Father and son free for all, eh?
I guess I can't do the big man buffet. I don't have the big men.
No, not many of your men are that big at all.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out maybe there's some kind of thing like that. I can't have a big man buffet with only Rosie in it. The big man buffet, and it's just him, and he just sits and eats, and that's it. Although I guess technically I could have him against meat.
Jesus Christ. Jeez.
It's a possibility now that this came out.
Yeah.
As far as Rob's goes, I mean, Bret Hart
he's got a lot of technical wrestlers, I think. Like, obviously, the big match would be one of the top 3, or even 4, really, if you got Bret, Roman, Cody, and Bray.
Mm-hmm.
I would be super down for a Bret Hart Dean Malenko match.
I've also got a Bret Hart Barry Windham match. I've also got potentially Bret Hart, Nick Bockwinkel. Harry Smith is there too, and I'm definitely thinking about what to do with Harry Smith. I already have a couple matches that I know for sure are getting made. I spoiled one of them already. I have Kevin Von Erich. I almost wanted to go off list and get his children, Ross and Marshall from MLW, because they're pretty good, but I stuck to the list. I've got Luna and Rachel Ellering, and like my women's division isn't screaming a particular match, but I do have Natalia, I do have Luna. I got some names that can work, so I'm very excited about that. I don't have a lot of tag teams, which is sad.
I was really shocked that you picked Teal Piper so early. I would have thought Carmella would have gone number 2 or number 3 or something on your list.
So like Callum already picked most of the workers, so I had to get someone.
Yeah, I was toying up with Carmella for a little while. Like, am I going to end up picking her? But I just didn't. Out of the people I picked, I didn't know who I'd pair her with. Whereas, again, not necessarily this is the direction I'll take, but if I picked Xia Brookside, I could form a tag team with Paige probably, because of the British connection and stuff like that. So I feel like that would have worked pretty well.
Now that I'm thinking about how to pair Carmella, I'm thinking, I should have took Cody Hall, just because Razor and her dad had Razor's first match.
What would have been Carmella against Cody Hall?
I would have found something to do with them. I don't know if that would have been the take.
Intergender match, she just kicks him in the balls, and that's the end of it, and she does her moonwalk.
But it's not like you couldn't make tag teams out of this. I mean, I know you've said the Steamboat and Flair thing would be fun, but you got Manu and Samu that you could put together. Got Bruce and Keith Hart, because I imagine you'd keep Bret out of that.
Yeah, Bret's gonna be the main event or the semi-main event.
Yeah,
you could still do Reed and David Flair.
No, I have specific matches for both Reed and David Flair.
Okay, that's cool. At least you thought of those ones. But you got Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa could do something.
Yeah, they're definitely going to. Because honestly, like if you haven't seen Jacob Fatu, and MLW can be a bit hard to watch sometimes, but Jacob Fatu is a great competitor, and I think he could be a main event star if he was in WWE. I've got like Brock Anderson. I can tag him up with, maybe a Tully Blanchard, or maybe that's where you put David Flair. You know what I mean? Like, I do have options.
If you had to pick somebody on someone's team that you're most interested in what they're going to do, who would it be? So I'm looking at Rob's right now, and I'm thinking, I'm curious what you're going to do with Hook.
It's that and Braun. I think Braun Breaker. I think is. I don't know right now what Braun would do, but I'm interested to find out, because I imagine you will find a place for him.
Oh yeah. When I look at like a Callum's list, I think you do have Jake and you do have Rock and Robin. Their relationship was never played up on screen because it was a different time, but I wonder what you'll do with them.
On Callum's list, I'm thinking, what's he going to do with Jake?
Yeah, I'll think of something. I had to make sure to get him. Tony's, I'm quite interested with Dustin. Dustin and Santos actually are the two main ones that I'm interested in.
I'm interested to see if you guys are gonna do what you normally do and try to force everyone on the card.
I don't think that'll be possible with my. I don't think that'll be possible with my one. But actually, obviously, I'm interested to see what you're doing, Dustin and Santos. And then I'm also interested, what the fuck are you actually going to do with Vince and Shane? And Stephanie, what is actually going to happen in this? Those three, what are you actually going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I also am going to put this out there just because, even though I'm happy with the picks that I got, especially getting The Rock first, I'm slightly annoyed that I've still never been able to pick Bret Hart in the draft.
Really?
Yeah, because I really like Bret Hart, and it's just a case of in the you guys are, I know, are such huge fans of him that I kind of just want to pick him at one point.
Did I take Bret and Roman already for the all-time draft?
Oh yeah, they were both.
I think you might have.
I don't know whether you put them together. You might have done actually.
I think you did. I think that was your main event.
I might have to force myself to do something else just for the sake of it.
I kind of think that you weren't going to go in that direction after you started picking some of the other ones, but I was like, I don't know. It kind of depends on how much you weigh Bray Wyatt.
Well, I think Rob rates him higher than probably most people do.
Yeah, well, when I think of Bray Wyatt, I think of 2014. This guy is going to be a star, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I think we've got some interesting choices here of directions we can go. So we'll see what we can come up with.
Well, we will reconvene at some point in the future, whether that is in a few days or later on this month. We currently are I'm thinking maybe this will be the Dark Cast, maybe not. I don't know. I'm still kind of weighing those options as well. We will eventually, though, present to you our fantasy booking in some fashion, see what kind of cards we can make up. And in the meantime, tell us what cards you can make up with. Maybe that'll even change our minds about certain things. Sometimes we'll read it and be like, you know what? Damn, I didn't think about that. And, the comment section is a great place to tell us any of the other thoughts you got. Whether you're interested, why did, Iron Mike Sharp go so late? Or, how come it took such a long time to get to Tully Blanchard, whatever it might be. I don't know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that little notification bell. That way you know when we go live for certain things. Maybe we'll do the hot tags live maybe this week. I don't know. We'll kind of see it depending on what the schedule is as well. And also, if you want to help us out on the monetary side of things, check out the TeePublic and Redbubble. Hit that little thanks button on there. That is like a tip jar. There's that join button. It's the same thing that'll get access to the Darkcasts and everything else that is on the Patreon. Obviously, if you'd rather go to Patreon, go to patreon.com/SmarkOutMoment. Follow everything at SmarkOutMoment on Facebook and Twitter. SmarkOutMoment.com, of course, is the website. And FanboysAnonymous.com is out there for the geek culture stuff. So check out the Blue Brand and follow and like and share and subscribe. All the stuff over there, Fanboys Anon. And check out what I've got going on at Tony Mango. Check out these guys as well. Rob?
Yeah, you can follow me everywhere at Dude Felice, including Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. I'll be doing an NXT watch along later tonight on Twitch because that gets me to watch NXT, and otherwise I wouldn't. Callum?
You can find me on Twitter at WakeMeister14. Check out smarkmo.com for the things that you can see me in the written form rather than the verbal side of things. So that's the power rankings, my week-to-week contribution. I also occasionally contribute to the Triple Threat. You should be checking it out every week regardless. And of course the Fantasy League, which is being regularly updated so you can keep track of all the scores, all the points that are being delivered to Rest After Wrestler. I'm imagining that the people that drafted Sasha Banks and Naomi are feeling pretty self-conscious about themselves right now, but we'll see how that progresses.
Do you know who has them offhand?
I can check immediately.
It might be me.
I always have the thing. So
I think I might have both.
No, you don't.
So Tony has Sasha Banks and Tony has Naomi.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Don't fire them, WWE. Come on. For multiple reasons, don't fire them.
Yeah. And but yeah, you can keep following that along, and you'll know first when they're fired.
Alrighty, everybody. We will see you next time with the hot tags. Until then, though, have yourself a very good day. We'll talk to you later. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we are being counted out.